wa ma kunna nahtadiya laula an hadana Allah. Masyaallah, Allah telah jemput kita ke sini. Syukur kepada Allah. Walaupun yang sampai lewat malam, masya-Allah, penat, letih, Allah Akbar, satu mujahadah. Ini asbab, ya, Allah mengorbankan tuan-tuan, mujahadah tuan-tuan untuk hidayah, masya-Allah. Kita tuan-tuan, ya, dan kita keluar daripada masjid, kita ke dalam masjid, ya, kita duduk, insya-Allah, duduk dengan tenang, duduk, insya-Allah tuan-tuan, masya-Allah, alhamdulillah. Mana kita dah sampai, insya-Allah. Sila tuan-tuan. Kita minta di ruang belakang mimbar ni kosong, insya-Allah. Tuan-tuan kalau boleh duduk depan, tengok pembayan, tengok mubayyin, insya-Allah. Baru kita ada keseruh. Di belakang ni kita khususkan kepada masyarakat kita, tetamu kita, masya-Allah. Bisa. Angkat mic tu dulu, angkat mic tu turun dulu. Angkat mic. Buku siapa tu? Tak lanjut. Dah tak letak mic. Jadi tuan mulia, supaya kita maklum, ya, amal kita pada pagi ini bermula dengan bayan subuh. Lepas itu tuan-tuan kita ada QuDAMA-Sri, masya-Allah. QuDAMA-Sri kita bermula pada pukul 10, pada 10 pagi, ya. Semua yang pergi QuDAMA-Sri duduk di hadapan, insya-Allah. 10 pagi tuan-tuan persiapan untuk QuDAMA-Sri dan dijemput semua jemaah tashkil, ya. Jemaah tashkil berkumpul di bilik 2. Jemaah tashkil berkumpul di bilik 2, insya-Allah. Sekali lagi saya ulangi, amal kita pada pagi ini adalah QuDAMA-Sri, setelah bayan QuDAMA-Sri bermula 10 pagi, insya-Allah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Nahmaduhu wa nasalli ala rasulihil kareem. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear respected brothers and elders, we have gathered here today for the fikr of Deen. How Deen will come into our lives and how Deen will come into the lives of the rest of humanity. This ummah has been given two responsibilities. Number one, to obey Allah and to follow Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the second responsibility is that the commandment of Allah and the way of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is established all over the world, to make efforts for that. Because we are the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the ummah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been given a special rank and special favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is praising this ummah, kuntum khayra ummatin, that you are the best of the people. And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, meaning of hadith, that Jannat is haram for all Anbiya alayhi salam till I enter into it. And Jannat is haram for all other ummahs till my ummah enters into it.
Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem, amma ba'd. Tuan-tuan dan saudara yang mulia, kita berkumpul pada pagi ini atas fikir agama. Bagaimana agama Allah Subhanahu wa taala dapat dihidupkan, dapat dihayati dalam kehidupan kita dan kehidupan seluruh umat Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tuan-tuan yang mulia, umat ini diberi dua tanggungjawab. Satu, bagaimana bagaimana kita dapat mentaati perintah Allah Subhanahu wa taala, dan bagaimana kita boleh mengikuti cara hidup Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, mengamalkan sunnah Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Kemudian kita juga kena berusaha bagaimana perintah Allah Subhanahu wa taala dan juga sunnah Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam dapat diamalkan oleh seluruh umat di seluruh alam ini. Kerana kita sebagai umat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, kita ada diberi satu pangkat, satu darjat, dan satu keistimewaan daripada Allah Subhanahu wa taala, di mana Allah beritahu dalam firman, kuntum khairu ummatin ukhrijat linnas. Kamu sebaik-baik umat. Kita ini sebaik-baik umat, di mana Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam bersabda, haram syurga untuk nabi-nabi sebelum masuknya Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Begitu juga haramnya syurga untuk umat terdahulu sebelum masuknya umat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
So my dear respected brothers, today if some of us are fulfilling the first responsibility, that is to obey Allah and to follow Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, very few of us is fulfilling the second responsibility, and that is to make efforts for the deen and to have fikr for the deen and to make efforts so that deen is spread all over the world. Unless we fulfill both these responsibilities, we will not be successful.
Tuan-tuan yang mulia, pada hari ini ramai di antara kita dan umat ini telah menunaikan tanggungjawab yang pertama, yaitu mentaati Allah Subhanahu wa taala, ikut sunnah Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tapi sedikit atau tidak begitu ramai di kalangan umat ini yang telah dapat menunaikan tanggungjawab yang kedua, yaitu bagaimana agama Allah Subhanahu wa taala, bagaimana sunnah Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam boleh disebarkan di seluruh alam ini, iaitu kita kena buat usaha Nabi, fikir Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
As long as this ummah was fulfilling both these responsibilities, the help of Allah was with them. And when we have stopped fulfilling the responsibility of calling people to Allah and making efforts for the deen, the help of Allah has also been removed from us.
Apabila selagi umat ini menyempurnakan tanggungjawab yang keduanya, iaitu menyebarkan agama Allah Subhanahu wa taala, maka bantuan Allah Subhanahu wa taala akan bersama dengan umat ini. Tapi apabila umat ini tidak lagi menunaikan tanggungjawab yang keduanya, iaitu menyebarkan agama Allah Subhanahu wa taala, memanggil orang kepada agama Allah Subhanahu wa taala, kepada Allah Subhanahu wa taala, maka akan terhentilah bantuan Allah Subhanahu wa taala kepada umat ini.
Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from the beginning, he taught this ummah the work of da'wah. Other Anbiya alayhi salam, they taught their ummah ibadat, and dawat was the responsibility of the Nabi. But because there will be no more Rasul, no more Nabi after Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he taught his ummah the work of dawat so that it could continue even after he left them.
Nabi SAW daripada mula-mula lagi telah mengajar umat ini kerja dakwah ni, kerja mengajar orang kepada Allah Ta'ala, kepada agama Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. Walhal Nabi-Nabi yang lain hanya mengajar umatnya di atas ibadat, di atas mentaati Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. Oleh kerana kita di umat akhir, maka Nabi SAW telah menyediakan umat ini kepada kerja agama, kerja dakwah, ajak orang kepada Allah.
When Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam first got the wahi and he saw Jibreel alayhi salam in Hijrah, he came back to his house, to his wife, and he was afraid. What did I see? Am I going to die? What has happened? He could not bear this event that came upon him. And his wife consoled him. You see, his wife Khadija radiallahu anha consoled him that no, you look after the poor, you take care of the widows, you help those people who are in distress. Allah will not waste you, Allah will not destroy you. And in all other cases we find Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave dawat to somebody and they took some time or they hesitated, except Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. As soon as Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave him dawat, he accepted it. But Khadija radiallahu anha, even he did not have to give her dawat. She accepted him as Nabi without giving any dawat.
Apabila Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam menerima wahyu daripada Jibril alaihi salam di Gua Hira, maka beliau telah balik keluar dengan gentar, dengan takut apa yang dia lihat. Adakah aku akan meninggal, aku akan mati, aku akan meninggal, kebimbangan, ketakutan. Apabila mula menerima wahyu daripada Allah Ta'ala kepada Jibril alaihi salam, maka di rumahnya dan Khadijah telah menenangkan dia, memberitahu kamu adalah seorang yang baik, kamu adalah menolong orang miskin, menolong janda-janda, menolong anak yatim. Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala tidak akan membinasakan kamu. Maka tuan-tuan yang mulia, beliau telah menenangkan suaminya Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dan kamu ni seorang rasul. Dan tapi apabila Nabi SAW mula buat dakwah ni, tuan-tuan yang mulia, kebanyakan orang tidak menerima terus dakwah Nabi SAW. Mereka mengambil masa, tetapi tidak kepada Sayyidina Abu Bakar Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu. Terus dia menerima dakwah Nabi SAW dan beriman kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Tapi Khadijah radhiyallahu anha, walaupun belum menerima dakwah lagi daripada Nabi SAW, maka dia telah mengakui kerasulan Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam walaupun belum didakwahkan oleh Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
And she took him to her cousin Waraka ibn Nawfal. He was an alim of Taurat and Injil. And when Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him everything, what he saw, what he experienced, Waraka said, "O Khadija, it appears that this, your husband, is Nabi Akhir, and the angel that came to him is the angel Jibreel that came to Isa alayhi salam and Musa alayhi salam. I wish I would be alive at the time when the people of Makkah will drive him away from Makkah, and I would help him and I would assist him." Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was surprised. People of Makkah will drive me out of Makkah? Because everybody loved him, everybody liked him. And they used to call him Sadiqul Ameen, the trustworthy and the truthful. So Waraka said, yes, This happens to every Nabi.
Jadi tuan yang mulia, maka Hajjah radhiyallahu anha telah membawa Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam berjumpa dengan Warqah bin Nawfal, ya, dan memberitahu apa yang terjadi, apa yang telah dilihat, didengari oleh Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Warqah ni seorang alim di Taurat dan Injil, ya. Maka dia beritahu daripada kisah yang telah terjadi itu, nampaknya Muhammad ini akan dipilih sebagai Nabi akhir zaman, ya, Nabi yang akhir, ya. Bagaimana Nabi Musa Isa menerima wahyu daripada Jibril alaihissalam, ya. Maka Warqah beritahu, aku berharap aku boleh hidup di satu masa nanti membantu Nabi SAW. Beliau akan dihalau, diusir di beberapa tempatnya, ya. Maka hairan Nabi Muhammad SAW. Dia kata, aku ni orang yang disukai, dicintai, dihormati, ya. Bagaimana aku akan diusir oleh orang-orang aku sendiri satu hari ini?
So we find that in the night of Hijrah, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is leaving Makkah, and they announced 100 camels for his capture, and he's looking back towards the Kaaba, and he was crying, and he was saying, "Oh Kaaba, I did not want to leave you, but your people, they do not let me stay here." Then he made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, "Oh Allah, the city that I loved, and now I am leaving it. So the city you want for me, you please take me there." So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took him to Yasrib. The name of Medina before was Yasrib. And then when Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam started to live in there, they called it Madinatul Nabi. Medina means city, the city of the Nabi. And later it was named as Medina.
Jadi tuan yang mulia, apabila Nabi SAW berhijrah, nak hijrah ke Madinah, berhijrah, maka pada ketika itu orang kafir telah mengelankan 100 ekor unta sebagai hadiah sesiapa yang dapat menangkap Nabi kita Muhammad SAW. Maka suruh meninggalkan Makkah. Nabi Muhammad SAW telah melihat kepada Kaabah, "Oh Kaabah, sebenarnya aku kasih kepada kamu, ya, tetapi orang-orang sini tidak membenarkan aku berada di sini, tinggal di sini, ya." Maka beliau telah berdoa kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, "Oh Allah, aku kasih kepada Mekah ini, tetapi kerana tidak dibenarkan aku akan meninggalkan Mekah ini, maka bawalah aku di tempat di mana orang-orangnya menyukai aku, akan membantu aku." Maka Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala telah membawa Nabi kita Muhammad SAW ke Madinah, di Yasrib. Yasrib ni sebenarnya nama asal Yasrib, kemudian itu kepada Madinah, bandar Nabi. Jadi inilah bagaimana perjalanan Nabi kita Muhammad SAW hijrah.
The first people who accepted Islam in the hands of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was his wife Khadija radhiyallahu anha, and his friend Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu, and his freed slave Zayd radhiyallahu anhu, and the wife of Zayd Ayman radhiyallahu anha, and his cousin who was a young man or a young boy, Hazrat Ali radhiyallahu anhu. These were the first 5 people who accepted Islam, and with this, so to speak, this was his first Jamaat with which he started making efforts on the people of Makkah.
Tuan-tuan yang mulia, yang mula-mula sekali menerima Islam daripada Nabi kita Muhammad SAW ialah Sayyidina Khadijah radhiyallahu anha, kemudian Sayyidina Abu Bakar Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu, kemudian hambanya yang telah dibebaskan Zaid radhiyallahu anhu, kemudian isteri kepada Zaid Ummu Aiman radhiyallahu anha, kemudian cousinnya, jenis sepupunya iaitu Ali radhiyallahu anhu. Inilah 5 orang yang mula-mula sekali menerima Islam daripada Nabi kita sallallahu alaihi wasallam dan bantu dalam usaha agama.
And each of them started giving dawat to the people of Makkah. The men amongst the men, the ladies amongst the ladies, the slaves amongst the slaves. You see? Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he went and brought back 5 or 6 people who were noble men in Makkah, and they all accepted Islam in the hands of Rasulullah. Due to the efforts of Khadija radiallahu anha, the sister of Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu became Muslim. You see? And through her being strong on her deen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala changed the heart of Umar radiallahu anhu, and he came into Islam. So sometimes the men were coming into Islam, sometimes the ladies were coming into Islam. Sometimes the men were coming into Islam through the efforts of the ladies, and sometimes the ladies were coming into Islam through the efforts of the men. So men, women, children, they were all making efforts and calling people to the deen in Makkah.
Tuan yang mulia, kelima-lima orang ni secara individu berasingan telah memulakan kerja dakwah. Ya, yang lelaki dengan lelaki, wanita dengan wanitanya, juga hamba dengan hambanya, tuan yang mulia, berjumpa dengan hamba, membawa kepada Islam. Di mana Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu dalam masa 2 hari 9 orang telah masuk Islam. Kemudian tuan mulia, Sayyidina Khadijah radhiyallahu anha telah usahakan dan atas usaha beliau, maka adik kepada Umar radhiyallahu anhu telah masuk Islam. Maka di atas pengorbanan adiknya, maka Umar radhiyallahu anhu juga telah masuk Islam. Mana tuan mulia, setiap orang akan membuat kerja dakwah, akan buat ajak orang kepada Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Inilah bermulanya usaha agama.
And whoever would become Muslim, he would not expose himself normally, because the Quraysh were becoming very angry with them, and they were persecuting them and putting them through a lot of difficulties, you see. So one evening, the leaders of the Quraysh, they went to see Abu Talib, who was the uncle of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And they said, "Oh Abu Talib, what has your nephew started? Because of him now we are having fights in our families, fights in our marketplaces, and he does not respect our gods. So you better stop him. And if you don't stop him, then we will stop him." They said this and they left. When Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam came home, Abu Talib called him and he said, "Oh Abu Qasim, look, the leaders of Quraysh have come to me and they have said these things. Can't you stop what you are doing?" So Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he stood up and he said, "If somebody gives the moon in one hand and the sun in the other hand, even then I will not stop doing this work. Rather I will continue to do this work till Allah makes me successful or I am killed." He said this and he was leaving. And Abu Talib realized that something very important has come upon my nephew. He said, "Abu Qasim, come back, come back. You do what you are doing, I will help you." Although he was not a Muslim.
Jadi tuan yang mulia, apabila Islam ini bermula tuan mulia, maka orang mula masuk Islam. Orang Islam mula masuk Islam, tapi mereka tidak mendedahkan keislaman mereka lagi. Maka oleh kerana pada ketika itu siapa yang masuk Islam akan disiksa, akan disiksa oleh dengan teruklah oleh orang Quraisy, orang kafir. Maka tapi orang kafir tahu telah bermula keislaman orang-orang di situ. Maka satu petang mereka telah berjumpa dengan Abu Talib, iaitu bapa saudara kepada Nabi SAW. Beritahu je, apa anak saudara kamu telah buat ni? Dia telah mewujudkan perpecahan di pasar-pasar, dalam keluarga. Dia telah mencaci tuan-tuan kita. Ya, eloklah kamu berhentikan. Kamu berhentikan perbuatan dia, amalan dia. Kalau kamu tak berhentikan, kami akan berhentikan. Maka tak mulia, apabila Nabi kita Muhammad SAW balik ke rumah, Abu Talib telah beritahu tentang apa dia komplain, orang kafir punya cakap jumpa tadi lah, ya. Maka Apa kata Muhammad SAW? Ya, kerja yang kau buat ni, sekiranya dia letakkan matahari di tangan kanan aku, bulan di tangan kiri aku tidak akan tinggalkan kerja dakwah, kerja agama. Ya, sama ada aku berjaya menegakkan agama ataupun aku akan dibunuh oleh mereka. Maka bila Abu Talib mendengarkan begitu yakinnya, begitu kesungguhan Nabi SAW, maka dia kata apa? Dia kata, wahai anak saudaraku, teruskanlah kerja kamu. Aku akan bersama-sama kamu. Walaupun dia tak masuk Islam, tapi dia telah memberi sokongan kepada Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
So when it became very difficult to do the work of dawah and to establish and to act on the deen of Allah, you see, people were being pushed, people were being hit. The family of Yasir radiallahu anhu, they were being persecuted and beaten. Only their fault was they had accepted Islam, and they were being told, leave Islam and then we will not beat you, we will free you. They were slaves. And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to go by them saying, oh Ali Yasir, have sabr. In exchange of sabr, Allah will give you Jannah. So at one point, they caught Sumayya, the wife of Yasir radiallahu anhu, and said, if you don't leave Islam, then we will torture you. How? They tied one hand and one leg to one camel, and the other hand and the other leg to another camel, and said, if you don't leave Islam, then we will make the two camels walk on opposite directions. She said, I will never leave Islam. And the camels were made to walk on opposite directions. And Abu Jahl also put a spear in her. She became shaheed, but she did not leave Islam and she did not leave Iman.
Tuan-tuan yang mulia, apabila penyiasaan orang-orang kafir telah meningkat, mendadak meningkat, agama Islam pun jadi susah nak amalkan Islam ini, hingga kan mereka telah menyeksa sahabat-sahabat orang Islam, dipukul oleh orang Quraisy ni yang dikatakan masuk Islam. Itu yang terjadi kepada keluarga Yasir, di mana keluarga telah dipukul, diseksa. Hanya kerana apa? Hanya dia beriman kepada Allah, hanya kerana dia menyebarkan agama Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Hingga kan apa yang dia buat, dia telah mengikat isteri Yasir, Sumayyah radhiyallahu anha. Masya Allah, dia telah ikat satu tangan dan satu kaki kepada satu ekor unta, dan satu lagi tangan, satu lagi kepada ekor unta yang lain. Dia kata, kamu kena tinggalkan Islam. Kalau tidak, kami akan lepaskan dua ekor unta ini berjalan di arah yang berlawanan. Masya Allah. Kalau kamu tak tinggalkan Islam. Sumayyah dalam begitu, aku tidak akan tinggalkan Islam. Maka dia telah membuatkan unta itu berjalan, dan Abu Jahal telah menompak di kemaluan Sumayyah radhiyallahu anha. Namun begitu, dia tidak meninggalkan Islam.
Similarly, Bilal radiallahu anhu used to be beaten whole night. When one became tired, another took over. Then he became tired, another took over. Whole night he was being beaten. Why? Because he had accepted Islam. And in the daytime they would take him into the burning sands and put stones on his chest, and they would say, leave Islam and we will free you. What is more valuable to a slave than freedom? But even then he used to say, Ahadun Ahad, I believe in one Allah. Khubab radiallahu anhu was dragged over burning charcoal till his flesh was burnt, and he had only his bones in the back. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself, once he was praying in front of the Kaaba, and there were some Quraysh, leaders of the Quraysh sitting on one side, and they were making mashwara. isn't there anybody who can bring the entrails of the camel? Somebody has slaughtered a camel in the morning. So one of them got up and he said, I will do it. And when he brought the entrails of the camel, they said, when he goes in sajda, put it over his head. So when Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was in sajda, they put it over his head. And camel is a heavy, big animal, and his entrails is very heavy. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was having difficulty to come out from that. One Sahabi, he said, "Oh people of Muhammad, see what they are doing with your father." So one girl came out of the house running, and somehow she pulled out the entrails from the head of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And the people of Quraysh, those leaders, they were laughing and falling over each other. And that time Fatima cursed them, that, "Oh Allah, you catch them." And in the battle of Badr, all of those people who were in that majlis, they were found killed in the battle of Badr.
Tuan-tuan yang mulia, penyiasaan yang lebih ke orang-orang Quraisy, orang kafir kepada orang Islam, ya, bila Allah telah dipukul seluruh malam. Satu orang pukul dia, apabila dia penat memukul, orang yang akan berganti, orang yang akan ganti, ya. Jadi kalau yang pukul dia penat, diganti oleh orang. Seluruh malam dia akan dipukul. Pada siang hari dia akan dibaringkan di atas padang pasir yang panas terik. Diletakkan batu yang besar ke dadanya. Mereka kata, tinggalkan Islam, kalau tidak kami akan menyiksa kamu begini. Tapi apa dia kata? Ahadun ahad, ahadun yang esa, yang esa, ya, ketulusan, ya, dia mengandung apa, merasai siksaan oleh orang-orang kafir. Kemudian Habab, dia telah diseret di atas bara-bara api, hingga kan darah mengalir daripada belakangnya, hingga kan lemak keluar daripada belakangnya, tinggal tulang-tulang saja. Tapi dia tidak meninggalkan Islam, ya, dia tidak meninggalkan Islam. Itu juga satu juga Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ya, sedang nak bersembahyang di Baitullah. Ada beberapa orang Quraisy sedang bermasyarakat. Ada seorang kata, siapa yang boleh cari perut unta, bawa ke sini. Berkatakan, saya sedia. Dia pun bawa perut unta. Perut unta itu berat dan besar. Maka apabila Nabi SAW sujud, dia telah letakkan perut unta di atas kepala Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Maka Nabi kita susah nak angkat kepala dan perut unta. Perut unta itu berat. Satu orang sahabi, dia kata, "Wahai orang Mekah, apa terjadi kepada mereka ni? Apa mereka telah buat kepada Nabi, kepada Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam?" Maka satu orang gadis telah keluar pada rumah dan dia telah berusahakan menarik perut unta itu daripada kepada Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Maka melihatkan keadaan ini, yang keluar itu ialah Fatimah radhiyallahu anha. Maka dia telah menyumpah orang Quraisy ni. Maka apa telah terjadi? Semua yang orang Quraisy untuk bermasyarakat pada ketika itu, semuanya telah terbunuh dalam peperangan Badar.
Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to give dawat and used to be obstructed. Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu, the first time he gave dawat in front of the Kaaba, the people, they beat him so much with stakes and with fists and pushed him and tore his hair away. And they beat him so much in the face that his face was disfigured and could not be recognized, and he fell unconscious. You see, his people came and put him in his house, and they announced in the Kaaba that if Abu Bakr dies, then we will kill such and such and such and such, although they were not Muslims. You see, Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that all the Anbiya alayhi salam have had difficulties for the deen. I have borne the most difficulties. So Aisha radiallahu anha asked, "Ya Rasulullah, which day was the most difficult for you?" He said, "The day of Taif, when I went there with so much hope that they would accept Islam, but they were even more, difficult than the people of Quraysh. And they put young men after Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and they beat him, and they stoned him, and blood came out from his blessed body, and he fell unconscious. So my dear respected brothers, when it became unbearable to live in Medina, then Allah gave the decision and the permission to make Hijrah.
Tuan yang mulia, begitulah keadaannya orang-orang Islam diseksa, sehingga kan mereka dihalang daripada buat kerja dakwah, dipukul, ditendang oleh orang Quraisy, tuan yang mulia. Termasuk Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam juga dihalang daripada buat kerja dakwah, tuan mulia. Begitu juga Abu Bakar radhiyallahu anhu. Pada hari pertama dia mendakwakan, nak mengisyarkan Islam dia di Baitullah, ya, tuan yang mulia, maka mereka telah pukul dia, telah tendang dia, pijak dia hingga dia telah tak sadarkan diri, dan mereka telah pukul muka dia begitu sekali hingga muka dia telah berubah, ya, berubah muka dia, dipukul, dipijak oleh orang Quraisy. Maka mereka, keluarga dia telah bawa dia balik ke rumah dan beritahu, sekiranya Abu Bakar meninggal, kami akan bunuh sekian sepolan bin sepolan, sepolan bin sepolan. Walau ketika itu keluarga dia belum lagi masuk Islam, ya, dan mereka telah merancang untuk membunuh orang yang menyeksa Sayyidina Abu Bakar Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu. Jadi tuan mulia, apabila para sahabat telah menghadapi berbagai kesulitan, halangan dalam buat kerja dakwah, dalam beriman kepada Allah Ta'ala, maka Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala telah membenarkan mereka berhijrah daripada Makkah ke Medina.
And in these 13 years that the Sahaba and Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam they spent in Makkah, from his Nubuwah to 13 years, what were they doing? They were involved in Dawat, they were involved in Ta'aleem and Ta'allum, they were involved in Zikr and Ibadat, and Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to gather in the house of Arqam bin Arqam radiyallahu anhu, and the Sahaba used to come and sit with him, and he used to relate to them the new ayats of the Quran, and he used to teach them the hikmat of Dawat, and he used to encourage them to be steadfast and make sabr. All these things was going on for 13 years in Makkah.
Bermula-mula 13 tahun Islam di Makkah. Apa yang dibuat oleh para sahabat bersama Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Ya, mereka telah buat usaha dakwah ila Allah. Mereka telah buat usaha ta'lim wa ta'allum, belajar dan mengajar, ibadat dan zikir. Ya, dan juga mereka telah berkumpul di rumah Arqam bin Arqam. Di sana Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam akan beritahu apa ayat Quran turun, akan menerangkan mereka ayat yang turun, dan juga akan mengajar mereka hikmah-hikmah dakwah, dan juga untuk mulia akan juga meminta mereka, tarik mereka supaya bersabar dalam menghadapi segala kesusahan dalam mereka mengamalkan Islam ini. Jadi inilah mereka telah buat dalam masa 13 pertama kerasulan Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
So the Sahaba were being trained, you see, on Iman and Amal and Akhlaq. They were being pushed, they were being beaten, they were being ridiculed, but they were firm because Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was with them. You see? And these Amal, they are called Amal-e-Dawat, and they are called Amal-e-Hidayat, and they are called Amal-e-Nubuwah. You see? This Ta'aleem was going on in the home of the sister of Umar radiallahu anhu. When he came and he knocked on the door and he beat his brother-in-law and he beat his sister, and his sister said, do whatever you want, we have become Muslim. So he was given dawah and he heard Ta'aleem. And in one riwayah, Umar radiallahu anhu himself is narrating that I beat my sister Fatima so much that she fell unconscious on the floor. And I was so tired I fell asleep. When I woke up, I saw my sister. She was praying, making salat, and she was crying. He said, this softened my heart. And I said, take me to Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then I became Muslim.
Tuan-tuan yang mulia, para sahabat dilatih di dalam usaha membina iman mereka, membina ibadat mereka, membina akhlak mereka, tuan mulia, bersama dengan Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Perantaraan kerja dakwah, perantaraan mereka mendengar taklim daripada Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, tuan mulia. Ya, bagaimana kita tengok kekuatan mereka, mereka punya istiqamah dalam mengamalkan Islam. Ya, di mana Umar radhiyallahu telah menceritakan, ya, aku telah pukul aku punya adik ini begitu sekali hingga dia telah pingsan. Aku pun telah penat, aku telah tertidur. Ya, bila dibangun tidur, dia tengok dia punya adik ini sedang beribadat kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Ya, sedang beribadat dan doa kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, menyebabkan hatinya lembut dan dia telah meluk Islam. Bila tuan latihan Nabi SAW, inilah tuan dikatakan usaha apa? Usaha hidayah, usaha agama, usaha untuk hidayah, untuk tarik hidayah daripada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, tuan. Jadi tuan mulia, inilah usaha yang menyebabkan orang-orang lain yang tidak mahu Islam pun dapat Islam di atas usaha hidayah yang dibawa oleh Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Also ibadat, for example, salat, this was made fard on the night of Miraj, which was 2 or 3 years before Hijrah. But Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught the Sahaba how to make salat, and they used to make salat individually, and sometimes they used to go into the valleys and make salat together. You see, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in the mountains when Jibreel alayhi salam came, and Jibreel alayhi salam hit the ground with his heel and water came out like a fountain, and Jibreel alayhi salam made wuzu, and he asked Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you also make wuzu like you saw me making wuzu. So Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam made wuzu. Then Jibreel alayhi salam made salat, and he said, you make salat as you see me making salat. So Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam made salat. Then he came down to his house and taught Khadija radhiyallahu anha how to make wuzu, how to make salat. And both of them were praying. And Ali radhiyallahu anhu came into the house, into the room, and he said, what are you doing? Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that this is the way Allah wants us to make ibadat. You become Muslim and you can also make ibadat. He said, okay, let me ask Abu Talib. He said, no. You become Muslim, you keep it secret. If you want to tell your father, then you don't have to become Muslim. He said, okay, let me think about it. So next day he came and he said, I want to become Muslim. And he became Muslim. And 3 of them started praying in front of the Kaaba. And people were saying, oh, what are these people doing? He says, you don't know, this is Muhammad ibn Abdullah. He claims to be Nabi. And this is the way he said that they have to make ibadat. So ibadat, from the beginning they were making. You see, Dawat, Talim, Zikr, Ibadat and Khidmat, these amal was from the beginning, 13 years in Makkah. So much so that when they made Hijrah, they went with these amals. And what happened, what was the result of this? Their iman increased, their akhlaq increased, their amal became good, you see, and they were ready to give their lives for the deen.
Tuan yang mulia, para perintah salat ni diturunkan lebih kurang 2-3 tahun sebelum hijrah. Ya, di waktu malam Mi'raj 2-3 tahun sebelum hijrah diturunkan perintah salat oleh Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala kepada Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Namun begitu tuan mulia, para sahabat telah mula beribadat lebih awal lagi sebenarnya ibadat mereka. Dikatakan tuan mulia, satu ketika kadang mereka bersalat di berseorangan, kadang bersalat ramai-ramai di lembah-lembah tuan mulia. Ya, satu ketika Nabi kita Muhammad SAW di bukit. Ya, maka Jibril telah datang, telah menunjukkan telah ketuk dia punya apa, tumit tu di bumi, maka keluar air. Maka Jibril telah ambil wudu. Maka dia kata, wahai Muhammad, berwudulah macam mana aku ni berwudu. Ya. Maka lepas tu Jibril telah bersalat, sembahyang. Maka lepas tu dia beritahu, wahai Muhammad, sembahyanglah macam aku telah sembahyang. Kemudian Nabi kita Muhammad SAW balik ke rumah, dia telah beritahu Khadijah, tunjukkan sejarah salat ini, tentang salat. Kemudian Ali datang ke rumah tu, dia kata, apa kamu telah buat ni? Kita telah Islam, kita beribadat kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Dia kata, Islamlah kamu. Dia kata, nanti dulu, biar aku tanya bapak aku dulu. Nabi Muhammad SAW beritahu dia, kalau kamu nak masuk Islam, tak payah beritahu bapak kamu, kamu terus masuk Islam. Tapi kalau kamu nak beritahu bapak kamu, jangan masuk Islam dulu. Ya, dia kata, kalau begitu biar aku fikir dulu. Maka esok hari dia telah datang dan telah beriman kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Maka ketiga-tiga mereka ini telah mula bersolat di Baitullah. Mereka berkata, apa kamu buat ni? Dia kata, kami ini telah masuk Islam. Ialah satu perintah daripada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala bersolat. Jadi tuan mulia, para sahabat sebenarnya amal-amal yang mereka buat pada mula Islam ni, amal dakwah, ta'lim, ta'alum, zikir, ibadat dan juga khidmat, kemudian amal-amal ni dipanggil amal apa tuan? Amal hidayah. Amal hidayah tuan. Ya. Jadi tuan mulia, daripada amal hidayah ni tersebarlah hidayah. Maksudnya tuan mulia, ini amal-amal yang mereka telah buat daripada awal Islam lagi, untuk menarik hidayah Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, dan juga tunjukkan diri mereka ini kecekalan, kekuatan untuk mengamalkan Islam, mempertahankan Islam. Sebab itulah para sahabat dan segala keadaan pun mereka dapat mengekalkan istiqamah dalam Islam.
So when they went to Medina, they went with these amal, you see. And these amal, because of the result of these amal, what happened? When the commandments came, you see, you have to fast for 30 days. It was easy for them to fast 30 days. You have to leave wine and drinking. It was easy for them to leave wine and drinking. They say the day that it was announced that wine has become haram, they threw away all the wine from their homes, all the barrels of wine in their homes, and streets of Medina was flooded with wine. And when it was announced that the ayat of hijab has come, the ladies have to make parda, the next day not one lady was found without parda in the streets of Medina. And when it was announced that you have to go to Badr, they were ready to go even without their weapons. You see? Why? Because 13 years they had made efforts on Iman and Amal and Akhlaq. 13 years they were involved in the Amal and Dawat, and this created the qualities in them.
Tuan-tuan yang mulia, apabila para sahabat berhijrah ke Madinah, mereka telah bawa amal ni ke Madinah sebenarnya, melalui dakwah, melalui ta'lim. Tuan-tuan mulia, mereka dapat membina iman dan amal dengan akhlak. Jadi tuan mulia, apabila mereka dah berhijrah ke Madinah, tuan mulia, maka mereka telah ada kekuatan untuk menerima segala perintah daripada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Apabila diperintahkan kepada mereka ini puasa 30 hari, semua mereka sedia untuk puasa 30 hari. Dan apabila diharamkan arak, semua sahabat akur patuh dengan perintah pengharaman arak. Hatta ada yang daripada rumah dia telah buangkan arak. Ya, daripada rumah dia telah buangkan arak. Macam-macam mereka buat untuk mematuhi perintah arak. Dan apabila tuan-tuan yang mulia diperintahkan untuk pernah, perempuan berpurnah tuan mulia, malamnya turun perintah berpurnah tuan mulia, pada esok harinya tiada satu orang pun wanita Islam yang keluar tanpa pakai berpurnah. Mengapa tuan mulia? Mereka telah dibina dengan amalan membina iman, membina dengan ibadat dan juga dengan akhlak tuan mulia, maka segala perintah Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala mereka dapat sempurnakan. Sampai kemudian apabila mereka diperintahkan pergi ke Badar, kemudian maka mereka sedia pergi ke Badar walaupun tanpa senjata.
Once in the Majlis of Umar radiallahu anhu, he asked, "Tell me, who is the bravest of people? Who is the bravest person?" Everybody said, Amir al-Mu'mineen, you're the bravest. He said, no. The bravest amongst us is Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. One night of Abu Bakr is more valuable than the ibadat of Umar and all his family. So they said, which night? He said, night of Hijrah, when nobody was with Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam except Abu Bakr. And the people of Makkah were after their heads. They wanted to kill him, they wanted to catch him. And Abu Bakr alone was with him. And when they were making Hijrah in the night, sometimes Abu Bakr would go in front of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and sometimes he would run and come to the back, and sometimes he would go to his right, and sometimes he would go to his left. So Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Oh Abu Bakr, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Sometimes in the back, sometimes in the front." He said, "Ya Rasulullah, when I am in front, I am afraid that maybe they are going to kill you or catch you from the back, so I run to your back. And when I run to the back, I am afraid they might come from the left, so I run to the left. And I am the left, I am afraid they might come from the right, so I run to the right." Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Oh Abu Bakr, you want to kill yourself because of me?" He said, "Ya Rasulullah, this is what I want."
Tuan yang mulia, satu ketika dalam majlis Umar radhiyallahu anhu, kita tanya kepada para sahabat, siapakah yang paling berani di antara kamu? Ya. Maka mereka berkata Umar radhiyallahu anhu. Dia kata tidak. Abu Bakar Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu. Sebab apa? Abu Bakar Siddiq satu malam ibadat, pahala yang dia dapat lebih waktu dia berhijrah tu lebih daripada pahala seluruh Umar dan keluarga, seluruh hidup Umar dan keluarga. Waktu hijrah, apabila tak ada orang, apabila telah ada ancaman untuk membengkar Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, maka Abu Bakar telah berani bersama dengan Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam berhijrah ke Madinah. Dalam perjalanan, Abu Bakar radhiyallahu anhu akan pergi ke hadapan, kadang di belakang Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, kadang di kiri, kadang di kanan Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ya, maka Nabi SAW tanya dia, "Abu Bakar, mengapa kau buat begini?" Dia kata, "Apabila aku di hadapan, aku takut-takut ada musuh datang daripada belakang. Betul, aku datang ke belakang untuk menjaga kamu. Betul, apabila aku di kiri, aku takut ada orang datang daripada kanan. Betul, aku ke kanan untuk menjaga kamu." Maka Nabi SAW tanya dia, "Abu Bakar, adakah sebab aku ni kamu sanggup untuk membinasakan diri kamu atau diri kamu terkorban?" "Ya Rasulullah." Abu Bakar kata, "Ini sebab inilah dia telah atas niat inilah, atas niat menjaga keselamatan Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, dia telah bergerak dalam berhijrah."
When they came near the mountain of SUBUH, which is a very high mountain, they started climbing that. Half the way, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam became tired. So the rest of the half, Abu Bakr took him on his back and took him there. And when they came in front of the cave, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said, "Ya Rasulullah, you stay outside. Let me see what is inside." So when he went inside, he saw there was a lot of cracks and holes in the cave. So he took off his turban and tore it up and plugged those cracks. But there was more cracks. So he took off his shirt and tore it up and plugged the rest of the cracks and holes. In the meantime, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam came inside the cave and he said, "Oh Abu Bakr, where is your turban? Where is your thobe?" He said, "Ya Rasulullah, these cracks were there, so I used those to plug those cracks." Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam cried and he said, "Oh Allah, I am pleased with Abu Bakr. You too be pleased with Abu Bakr." And Jibreel alayhi salam came and he said, "Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent me to tell you that as you are pleased with Abu Bakr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also pleased with Abu Bakr."
Jadi tuan mulia, dalam jalan itu mereka perlu mendaki gunung Sur. Bukit Sur tuan mulia. Dalam bukit itu tinggi, dalam setengah perjalanan Nabi kita telah penat. Ya, maka apa? Sana Abu Bakar telah memboncing, tahu? Memboncing mungkin, tahu? Bawa di belakang Nabi dan telah bawa dia ke atas gua. Dan di atas gua tu boleh Saudara Abu Bakar kata, wahai Nabi SAW, kamu duduk di luar dulu, biar aku tengok dulu apa yang ada dalam gua itu. Maka dalam gua tu ada banyak retak-retak dan juga lubang-lubang. Maka apa dia buat? Dia telah koyakkan serban dia sikit-sikit untuk menutup setiap lubang. Lepas tu ada lagi lubang yang baki lagi, dia telah koyakkan baju dia pula. Baju dia untuk tutup lubang-lubang baki lubang tu. Hingga dia tak pakai, tak ada baju dia. Apabila dia keluar, Nabi pun sampai ke dekat dengan gua tu. Dia kata, wahai Abu Bakar, apa kamu telah buat? Dia kata, oleh kerana lubang-lubang banyak, aku takut keselamatan kau, maka aku telah koyakkan tutup semua lubang-lubang tadi untuk keselamatan kau. Maka Nabi SAW menangis, oh Abu Bakar, adakah kerana itu kau buat untuk aku? Dia kata, wahai Allah, aku kasih dengan Abu Bakar, engkau kasihlah juga dengan Abu Bakar. Ya. Maka turun Jibril AS. Dia kata, bagaimana kamu telah kasih dengan Abu Bakar, Allah juga kasih dengan Abu Bakar dan Abu.
Because Rasulullah was tired, he put his head on the lap of Abu Bakr and fell asleep. There was one hole left. So Abu Bakr plugged it with his feet. From the other end, a snake came and bit Abu Bakr once, twice, 3 times. And because of the pain, the tears came out from his eyes and fell on the blessed face of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He woke up and he said, oh Abu Bakr, why are you crying? He said, Ya Rasulullah, I think a snake has bitten me. He said, why you didn't wake me up? He said, Ya Rasulullah, you were resting, how I could wake you up? So Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam took some of his saliva and put it on the place where the snake bit him, and it became all right.
Inna mulia, apabila mereka masuk ke dalam gua tu tuan mulia, ada satu lubang yang tak dapat ditutup lagi. Dia apa? Maka orang Nabi SAW telah letih, maka Abu Bakar telah baring di perut Sayyidina Abu Bakar radhiyallahu anhu. Dan satu kaki dia digunakan untuk tutup lubang dalam gua yang masih letak, tak dapat ditutup lagi. Maka lepas itu datang seekor ular daripada lubang gua tu lah. Dia telah patuk Sayyidina Abu Bakar sekali, 2 kali, 3 kali. Kemudian oleh kerana menahan kesakitan, kemudian air mata meledih dan kena di pipi Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ya, maka lepas tu terjaga Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Apa tak terjadi Abu Bakar? Dia kata, aku rasa mungkin ular telah patuk. Maka Sayyidina Abu Bakar dan Nabi SAW telah letakkan hadiah dia di tempat yang disengat oleh ular, maka telah sembuh balik. Sayyidina Abu Bakar daripada dipatuk oleh ular.
The ulama say that the snake did not want to bite Abu Bakr. The snake was sitting there because he knew that Nabi Akhir will come in this cave and he wanted to see him. And when he was blocking his vision, that's why he bit him.
Ulama mengatakan sebenarnya ular tu bukan nak patuk Sayyidina Abu Bakar. Ular tu tahu sebenarnya satu orang Nabi akhir zaman akan datang dan masuk dalam gua itu. Oleh kerana dia nak tengok siapa Nabi tu. Sebab oleh kerana ditutup oleh dia punya, ditutup Nabi tu, ditutup lubang tu, maka ular tak dapat nak keluar dari lubang dan menengok Nabi SAW. Betul dia telah patuk Sayyidina Abu Bakar Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu.
So then when they went to Medina, they did not take the normal route to Medina, they took another route which is called now Tariqul Hijrah. And they reached first Quba and stayed there for a few weeks and also made the first masjid, you see, in Islam, in Quba. And after a few weeks, when Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam started to proceed to Medina, all the people who were the Kabilas and the people, they were saying, Ya Rasulullah, you stay with us, you stay with us. And he kept on going and going and going. And his reins of the camel also had dropped from his hands. And he was saying, where this camel will stop, I will stay there. So the camel stopped at a place, on one side it was empty. So Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam asked, who owns this plot of land? They said, 2 yatims, they own it. He says, call them, I want to buy this land and I will make a masjid here. They said, Ya Rasulullah, we give it free for the masjid. He said, no, fix a price. And a price was fixed. And then Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you see, got off from the camel. Also when he was making Hijrah, Abu Bakr offered him a camel. Ya Rasulullah, this is for you, this is for me. Rasulullah said, no. First you fix a price for this camel. And this is loan on me. And then I will get up on the camel. Abu Bakr agreed. Radiallahu anhu. And Rasulullah then he used that camel. The point here is, brothers, this work is based on your life and your wealth. You see? بِأَمْوَالِكُمْ وَأَنفُسِكُمْ. When we will spend our life and our wealth, then Allah will give us hidayah. And Rasul Sallallahu Abu Bakr, what is camel? He was ready to give his life. But because of his ta'at, he obeyed Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And on the part of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the fi sabilillah is so valuable that you spend your own time and your own money.
Tuan-tuan mulia, mereka berhijrah tidak ikut jalan biasa, ikut jalan Tarikul Hijrah, ikut jalan lain, kemudian sampai di Kubah. Di Kubah Nabi SAW telah buat masjid pertama dalam Islam di Kubah. Beberapa minggu Nabi kita di Kubah dengan Sayyidina Abu Bakar radhiyallahu anhu, mereka teruskan perjalanan. Dalam perjalanan itu, tuan-tuan mulia, Allah kata, wahai Rasulullah, tinggallah bersama kami. Tapi Nabi SAW teruskan perjalanan dia, sampai dia telah lepaskan tali unta. Dan lepas itu unta telah berhenti di satu tanah yang kosong. Maka Nabi SAW tanya, siapakah tuan punya pemilik tanahnya? Maka mereka berkata, tanah ini dimiliki oleh 2 orang anak yatim. Panggil mereka. Maka Nabi SAW beritahu, berapa harganya aku nak beli tanah ini. Dia kata, tak apa Nabi SAW, aku pergi kamu percuma tanah ini. Tidak. Letakkan harga, aku akan beli tanah ini. Maka mereka letakkan harga, dan Nabi SAW telah membeli tanah ini. Jadi tuan belia, apabila Nabi SAW nak mula hijrah itu, maka satu unta Sayyidina Abu Bakar, satu unta Nabi SAW. Sayyidina Abu Bakar kata, kamu gunakan unta ini untuk hijrah. Dia kata, aku kena beli unta ini. Tidak, ambillah unta ini. Tapi Nabi kata, aku mesti bayar. Aku hutang unta ini kepada kamu, kemudian aku bayar. Ya, apa makna tuan? Makna tuan belia, untuk keluar jalan Allah ni kena bi amwalikum wa anfusikum, dengan diri dan harta, baru dapat hidayah daripada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Makna tuan belia, kalau ikut segi logiknya, segi inilah, Sayyidina Abu Bakar dia sama bagi nyawa. Apa dia unta? Apa dia harga unta kepada Sayyidina Abu Bakar? Tapi sebagai satu tertib, ya, untuk kita dapat hidayah keluar jalan Allah ni, ditunjuk oleh Nabi SAW, kita kena keluar dengan diri dan harta kita.
So in Medina, the first thing that Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did was he built a masjid. And it was a simple masjid with, stones and clay, and the roof were from the branches of the date trees. And the men used to work in the daytime, and the Sahabiyat, they said, we also want to help in making the masjid. So Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, okay, you work in the night, the men will work in the day. And for 7 months it took to make the masjid. And that time Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam lived with Abu Ayyub al-Ansari radiyallahu anhu. When the masjid was completed, then Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, okay, make 1 or 2 hujra for my wives next to the masjid. You see. Wherever we go, first we make our own house, and then we think of masjid or whatever. But Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam first made masjid, then is, and what kind of house? Simple, 1 room for Aisha radiallahu anha, 1 room for Sauda radiallahu anha. And there was not even a door, there were a blanket on the wall. And if it used to rain, the water used to seep into the thing. And when Rasulullah used to stand up, sometimes his head would touch the roof. And it was so cramped, Aisha radiallahu anha used to say that Rasulullah used to make tahajjud. When he was standing, I would stretch my leg. And when he was going to make sajda, I would pull back my leg. You see? So like this, as he married, the hujras were added. You see? In the time of Walid, Khalifa, he announced that we are going to expand Masjid al-Nabawi. And the hujras of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and his wives, they have to be broken and taken inside the masjid. When this was being announced to the people of Medina, they were crying. And they were saying, we wish that these hujras would remain, so that those who would come after us would see how Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and how his family lived.
Jadi tuan yang mulia, apabila Nabi SAW berhijrah, mula-mula sekali dibina masjid tu. Masjid yang sangat sederhana, pembinaannya tu. Dibuat daripada batu tanah liat dan beratapkan daun-daun kurma. Dan para sahabat yang laki-laki akan membuat binaan di batu siang. Dan sahabiah juga ambil bahagian. Mereka buat juga masjid pada waktu malam. Dan selama 7 bulan bersiap masjid itu. Kemudian bila siap masjid ni, Nabi SAW beritahu buatlah dua hujrah macam bilik kecil je lah untuk keluarga. Ya. Jadi tuan mulia, bilik ni kecil. Jadi makna tuan mulia Nabi SAW mula-mula sekali buat masjid. Mana-mana pergi mula buat masjid. Bukan, kalau kita buat rumah dulu, baru kita tengok masjid. Tetapi SAW mula sekali buat masjid, baru fikir tentang kediaman keluarga ni. Maka begitu kecil hujrah ni tempat tinggal Nabi SAW ni tuan mulia. Dia pintu pun tak ada. Ditutupi oleh macam blanket kain teman lah, tutup tempat masuk hujrah ni. Dan kecil pula tu. Kalau Nabi kita bersolat tahajud, waktu baginda berdiri, Sayyidina Aisyah radhiyallahu anha boleh lunjurkan kaki. Tapi bila Nabi SAW nak sujud, dia terpaksa bengkokkan kaki. Ini dia rumah Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Amirul Mukminin, dia kata kita akan besarkan Masjid Nabawi. Ya, dan hujrah ni akan masuk dalam kawasan masjid. Maka ada sahabat telah menangis. Dia kata, kalau boleh kita nak hujrah ni dikekalkan. Supaya apa? Semua orang yang akan datang akan dapat lihat akan kediaman Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dan ambil iktibar daripada kediaman Nabi kita Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
We took Masrat Jamaat to Nizamuddin. First time I went, 1982. That time there was no markaz for ladies. Now there is. All the Jamaats that used to come used to stay in the house of Hazrat Shaykh Inamul Hasan. So my wife told me that Hazrat Ji had gone for some supper, and the ladies, they changed the curtain. The curtain was made of sackcloth and put, normal curtain. She said when Hazrat Ji came back and he saw this change, he himself removed that new curtain and put back the sackcloth curtain. This is how our elders were.
Tuan-tuan yang mulia, pada mula bila betul dia lah pergi jawab bersama surat ke Nizamuddin tahun 1982. Pada ketika itu tidak ada tempat untuk wanita untuk masurat. Tidak ada tempat bilik untuk masurat. Jadi pada ketika itu semua jemaah yang keluar akan duduk di rumah Azadi Maulana Imam Hasan rahmatullah alaihi. Maka pada ketika itu Azadi sedang keluar safar. Maka isteri dia atau keluarga dia telah tukar dia punya langsir tu lah. Langsir dia pakai daripada guni tau. Guni orang dulu tahu lah. Orang sekarang tak nampak guni. Dulu ada guni kan. Guni beras sama guni. Dia pakai guni dia punya langsir. Maka isteri dia telah tukar dengan kain yang baru. Maka bila Azadi balik, Azadi isteri telah buka balik langsir baru tu dan gantikan balik dengan langsir guni tu balik di pintu rumah ni. Ini dah punya kehidupan kita punya elders yang untuk elders kita dalam jalan kehidupan berjalan dunia ni.
So one of the beauties of Islam is simplicity.
Satu daripada kecantikan Islam ialah kesederhanaan. Sederhana.
Sahabat, they had simple homes, simple clothes, simple food.
Sahabat ada sederhana, rumah sederhana, pakaian sederhana, makan pun sederhana.
So they had to spend little money behind those things.
So mereka perlu tinggalkan sedikit wang untuk perkara itu.
Now we have expensive homes, expensive food, expensive clothes. So all our money we're spending behind that.
Sekarang kita ada rumah yang mahal, kereta yang mahal, makan yang mahal. Jadi kebanyakan pelajaran kita untuk kita punya keperluan.
So where did the Sahaba spend their money? Fi sabilillah.
Sahabat belanja lebih duit dia fi sabilillah, di jalan Allah Subhanahu wa taala.
When they used to go in the path of Allah, they used to spend their own money.
Apabila keluar jalan Allah, mereka gunakan wang mereka sendiri.
And if some of them were not able to spend, they used to spend on them also.
Kalau ada setengah mereka tak mampu nak belanja, mereka tolong bantu belanja perayaan mereka juga.
10 years in Medina, Rasulullah did not let the Sahaba sit on their shops and their businesses.
10 tahun di Madinah, Nabi SAW telah benarkan sahabat duduk di kedai atau dalam perniagaan mereka.
Go to Badr, go to Uhud, go to Hunain, go to Khaybar.
Mereka pergi ke Badar, pergi ke Uhud, pergi ke Hunain, pergi ke Khaybar atau sentiasa keluar ke jalan Allah Subhanahu wa taala.
So after Hijrah, they could have said, okay, let us take some rest because the people of Quraysh, they gave us a lot of trouble. No, Rasulullah put more taqaza on them and they had to make more sacrifices. Few people died in these 13 years. But in one day in Badr, 14 Sahaba was shaheed. And one day in Uhud, 70 Sahaba was shaheed. They kept on increasing their sacrifices.
Tuan-tuan yang mulia, selepas 13 tahun di Makkah, mereka kata kita pergi mana kita boleh rehat lah. Kita dah banyak susah payah disusahkan orang Quraisy di Makkah. Tidak tahu ni. Sahabat meneruskan perjuangan mereka untuk agama Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Di dalam perang Badar 14 orang telah syahid di jalan Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Dalam perang Uhud 70 orang telah syahid di jalan Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Mereka meneruskan khuruj fi sabilillah, keluar ke jalan Allah Subhanahu wa taala untuk agama Allah Subhanahu wa taala.
Till, my dear respected brothers, during this 10 years, Rasul ﷺ sent out more than 150 jamaats in the path of Allah. Some went far, some went near. Some went for a long time, some went for short time. In some jamaats there was a large number of Sahaba, in some jamaats there were small number of Sahaba. Maulana Yusuf Sahib Rahmatullah Alayhi calculated that on the average every Sahabi was spending 4 to 6 months away from Medina in the path of Allah.
Tuan-tuan yang mulia, dalam masa 10 tahun di Madinah, Nabi kita Muhammad SAW telah menghantar 150 jemaah keluar ke jalan Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Dalam bilangan yang banyak, ramai, dan bilangan yang kecil, dalam masa yang panjang atau dalam masa yang pendek, Tuan mulia, kadang di luar, kadang di dalam, kadang jauh, kadang dekat, Tuan mulia. Dia ada kaedah dihantar jemaah oleh Nabi kita Muhammad SAW selama 10 tahun di Madinah. Maulana Yusuf telah mengira-gira, dia kata pukul ratanya di Madinah siap sahabat akan keluar 4 ke 6 bulan di jalan Allah Subhanahu wa taala.
And when they were in Medina for the 8 months or 6 months, where did they spend their time? You see, half the day in shop, trade and business and farming, half the day in the masjid to learn and teach the deen. Half the day, half the night with wife and children, half the night again in the masjid. Even now there is azan of tahajjud in Makkah and Medina. Yusuf Sahib Rahmatullah used to say, when this azan used to be called out in the middle of the night, as if it was an announcement, those of you who are at home, come to the masjid, and those of you who are in the masjid, go to your homes.
Jadi tuan yang mulia, para sahabat tuan mulia di Madinah tuan mulia, waktu mereka 6 ke 8 bulan di Madinah, di tempatan mereka, macam mana pula mereka gunakan masa mereka tu? Setengah hari gunakan untuk dakwah, untuk usaha agama Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Setengah sebahagiannya untuk kedai, untuk peradangan, untuk perniagaan mereka tu. Ya, dan setengah malam untuk keluarga, anak isteri, setengah malam untuk ibadat. Lepas tu di Mekah, di Madinah sampai sekarang ada lagi azan tahajud. Sebenarnya apa tujuan azan tahajud? Tujuannya iaitu mereka-mereka yang berada di rumah pada sebab awal malam mereka perlu datang ke masjid, dan yang berada di masjid pada awal malam perlu balik ke rumah. Itulah tujuan azan yang diadakan di Mekah dan Madinah, kita panggil azan tahajud.
So this was the environment of Medina. The men in the masjid, the ladies at home. The men were involved in Dawat, Talim, Zikr, Ibadat and Khidmah. The ladies were also involved in Dawat, Talim, Zikr, Ibadat and Khidmah. When some men used to come, they used to learn deen in the masjid. When ladies used to come, they used to learn deen in the homes of the Sahaba.
Itu namanya suasana yang berlaku di Madinah. Ya, laki-laki dan wanita sibukkan diri dengan dakwah, belajar mengajar, dengan ibadat dan juga dengan khidmat tabligh. Ya, apabila lelaki datang ke masjid, mereka akan belajar. Ya, belajar tentang suasana iman, belajar mengajar, belajar ibadat. Apabila mereka balik ke rumah, wanita-wanita juga akan ada suasana dakwah, belajar mengajar, dan juga suasana ibadat di rumah. Ini suasana yang mereka bina selama 10 tahun, suasana di Madinah.
So in this way, the qualities of Iman, Amal and Akhlaq was being improved every day, both amongst the men and amongst the ladies. One old lady came with her son to Medina, made Hijrah. So Sahaba, they put the young man in the masjid and the old lady in one of the homes of the Sahaba. After a few days, the young man passed away. So the Sahaba made his ghusl and his kafan and informed Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that young man who had come with his mother, he has died, you come and make janazah. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, have you informed his mother? They said, no, we did not. So he informed his mother. When she heard and she came and she started crying and praying, oh Allah, you will give back life to my son in the day of judgment. You give him life now. You can do it. And she kept on crying and making dua. This young man, he sat up. Sahaba said, we washed his dead body in the morning, and in the afternoon we were having lunch together. What I'm trying to say is, where this young Muslim, old lady, where she got this kind of yaqeen and this kind of iman by staying with the wives of the Sahaba.
Itu yang mulia, inilah suasana di Madinah antara lelaki dan wanita orang Islam. Suasana iman, suasana ibadat, suasana akhlak, keterusan, perantaraan kerja dakwah, belajar mengajar ibadat. Mereka bina iman mereka, bina ibadat dan juga akhlak mereka. Laki-laki dan wanita. Jadi tak mulia, satu orang wanita tua berumur dengan anak-anak telah datang ke Madinah. Maka di sana wanita ini telah diletakkan di satu rumah sahabiah untuk belajar di sana, dan anaknya telah diletakkan di rumah sahabat dan diletak di masjid. Dan beberapa hari maka anak dia telah meninggal dunia. Ya, maka tuan dia, mereka sahabat pun mandikan, kapankan, nak salatkan jenazah untuk anak-anak. Maka Nabi SAW suruh menyesuaikan jenazah anak-anak. Telah tanya kepada para sahabat, telahkah kamu maklumkan kepada ibu dia? Dia kata belum lagi. Patut kamu beritahulah ibu dia dulu. Maka dia pun beritahu ibu dia. Ibu dia pun datang. Dia telah menangis, doa kepada Allah. Oh Allah, kau di hari kiamat nanti engkau akan beri balik kehidupan, hidup balik nyawa balik kepada anak aku ni. Oh Allah, sekarang juga oh Allah, berilah balik nyawa kepada anak aku ni. Kita panjang sikit kita cakap. Jadi lepas tu tuan mulia, lepas dia berdoa menangis, budak ni duduk balik tu. Budak ni duduk balik. Ini sahabat beritahu pada pagi harinya kami sudah mandikan dia, kafankan dia. Tapi pada tengah hari kami sudah makan tengah hari dengan sahabat muda dia lah. Jadi tuan mulia, di mana ibu dia dapat tarbiyah? Dapat tarbiyah sewaktu di rumah sahabiah. Dia dapat tarbiyah iman, tarbiyah ibadat, tarbiyah akhlak, perkataan, kerja dakwah, amal ta'lim ta'allum yang ada di rumah sahabiah. Kita telah bina iman dan yakin kepada Allah Ta'ala.
So 10 years Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam lived in Medina, and he made the Sahaba make more and more efforts and qurban for the deen, you see, till Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala gave them victory over the people of Makkah, you see. And when he entered Makkah, the people were all afraid that how much revenge they will take the Muslims. For so many years we have tortured them and persecuted them and killed them. So Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam asked them, what do you expect from me? They said, Ya Rasulullah, you are Kareem ibn Kareem. You are gracious and merciful just as your forefathers were. So he said, okay, I forgive all of you. He forgave them. And he announced, whoever stays in his house, nobody will harm them. Whoever comes to the Haram Sharif, nobody will harm them. So Hindun, she was a very hard-hearted lady. She had hired Washi, that I will give you all my jewelries if you kill Hamza, radiallahu anhu. Why? Because Hamza had killed her father and her brother in Badr. So Washi, when he killed Hamza radiallahu anhu in the battle of Uhud and went away, then Hinda came and tore his belly and took out his liver and chewed it and threw it, spat it back, and cut his ears and his nose and made necklace out of it. She was so hard-hearted. But in this night of the victory of Makkah, she stayed whole day in the house, thinking, oh, how much torture and how much, loot and how much, ladies will be dishonored. She was thinking like this. But in the night she said, let me see what's happening. So when she went into the streets were empty. She kept on going and going and going till she came in front of the Kaaba. There she saw the Sahaba. Some were in sajda, some were in salat, some were in dua, some were in tawaf. This amal affected her. And she went straight to Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And he was giving bayat to the ladies, so he also took bayat. And she accepted Islam. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, are you Hinda? Because she had put on niqab. She said, yes, I am. She said, Ya Rasulullah, till this day, your tent, it was the most hateful for me. But after I have become Muslim, now it has become the most loved for me. So these amal change people. These amal brings hidayat. The more we will involve ourselves in these amals, we will get hidayat and other people will get hidayat.
Jadi tuan mulia, dengan amal-amal ini para sahabat telah meneruskan usaha di Madinah. Kemudian Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala telah beri mereka kemenangan kepada orang kafir satu demi satu. Kemenangan kepada orang kafir. Apabila mereka hijrah balik ke Makkah, tahu dia dalam patah Makkah, kemudian maka orang-orang kafir telah mula gerul, gemetar. Kata habis kita ni, kita dah seksa mereka, berbagai penyiksaan kita letakkan kepada orang kafir. Tapi bila mereka jumpa Nabi SAW, Nabi SAW tanya, apa kamu nak pada aku? Kami. Dia kata, kamu orang yang pengasih, penyayang, ya? Maka maafkanlah kami macam mana. Adapun nenek kamu semua orang yang pengasih, penyayang, maka ampunkanlah kami, maafkanlah kami. Maafkanlah kami. Maka Nabi SAW beritahu, kamu semua dimaafkan. Siapa yang duduk di rumah dia tidak akan diapa-apakan. Siapa yang datang ke Baitullah tidak akan diapa-apakan. Ya? Maka Hindun, satu orang yang keras hati. Maka apa dia telah buat Hindun ni? Maka dia pun malam-malam hari dia pun jalan. Tengok, tak ada apa-apa pun. Tengok, tak ada orang di luar jalan. Hindun ni sebenarnya dia begitu marah. Hati begitu keras. Kenapa? Dalam perangan Badar. Dalam perangan Badar, bapak dia, mak dia, abang dia telah dibunuh oleh Hamzah. Ya? Maka dalam perangan Uhud, dia telah begitu wahsy. Kamu cuba cari dan bunuh Hamzah radhiyallahu anhu. Maka apabila telah dapat dibunuh Hamzah ni, begitu keras hati dia telah belah dada Hamzah ni. Dia telah gigit dia punya paru-paru dia punya hati lah. Ya? Nak lepaskan geram dia tu. Dan telah potong telinga dan hidung Hamzah ni. Dia jadikan gantai. Nak balas dendam. Ya? Maka tuan yang mulia, apabila malam tu dia berjalan, maka dia tengok tak ada apa-apa sunyi sepi di Mekah. Maka dia pun terus pergi jumpa dengan Nabi SAW. Pada ketika itu Nabi SAW telah membai'ah beberapa wanita. Maka dia pun bai'ah kepada Nabi SAW. Ya? Apa cakap? Depan dia bai'ah, dia pun telah beriman kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Maka dia kata apa? Dia kata, aku sangka, ya, aku sangka apabila orang sahabat-sahabat datang ke Mekah ni, mereka ambil tindak balas kepada kami yang telah banyak menyiksa mereka. Tapi apabila kamu tengok di Baitullah, para sahabat telah berdoa, menangis, meminta keampunan, ya, maka telah lembutkan hati. Maka aku telah beriman kepada Allah Ta'ala. Ini boleh sebenarnya tarbiyah yang dibina oleh Nabi kepada para sahabat. Dan di dalam Medina tahu dia menyebabkan dalam suasana dengan amal-amal hidayah ini tahu dia, amal dakwah, amal ta'lim wa ta'alum ibadat, telah menarik hidayah daripada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, telah menyebarkan hidayah daripada Allah Subhanahu, dan Allah tersebut hidayah perhatian mereka.